Hi, welcome to Filipino Time. I'm your host, Ferds, and today I'm joined by my very young friend, Mig Reyes. Hi, Mig. Thanks for
Hi.
coming on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, Mig is 25 years young, but he has a wealth of watch collecting. And actually, not just that, but Mig is actually a trained horologist. Am I using the right word?
Yes.
Yeah, so I remember that you started your collecting at a very young age, Mig.
That's correct.
Can you tell us what got you into it? Was it a watch? Was it someone that got you into it? Or...
Right. The first watch is not here in the collection
Okay.
at the moment.
But do you still have it?
I don't have the exact one.
Okay.
But I have the same model that I acquired years after.
I see.
It was given to me by my dad as a Seiko 5 military. Something within the range of like 3,000 pesos.
Uh-huh.
Given to me when I was young, as a first real automatic watch.
And what age are we talking about here?
About 13.
13 years old?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I got so surprised how it would work without a battery.
Simple as that. Yeah.
I was like, shake it. My dad would tell me like, oh, just shake it,
It
it's
runs,
gonna
yep.
run. I was like, huh? Like, how's that possible? And then that's where it started.
Okay.
That's where it started, wherein I got into watches. I started to acquire still Seikos,
Okay.
but different models. We would go to Japan in summer, acquire a piece each sibling.
Nice.
And I would choose what I wanted
Right.
at that time. So every year we would be given one each, basically. So that's where Seiko started.
Yeah.
The craze within the Seiko.
That's right.
I had fun. There was a lot of models that I've collected throughout the years, basically. Some of it are still with me. Some have, were passed on to different
As
people
would happen, yes.
as a
that's right.
collector. But, majority that I've enjoyed, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you were younger, I mean, was there anywhere you'd go to do some research on watches? Or where did you learn? Or how did you find out when you would go on trips? Like, this is the one that I want to get. Or would you just go there and say, this one looks great?
Yeah. So basically, I had that mindset before wherein I've only got collect like anything automatic.
Okay, yep.
Just because I was so fascinated by it. And back in the day, there weren't so many movements, not like today.
Right.
So Philippine Watch Club was my first research forum that I
Right.
would be in. Seiko Citizen Watch forums as well.
Uh-huh.
Mostly international forums
Okay.
were part of that app that I go to. A lot of the members in PwC were anonymous as well. You wouldn't really know the real identity.
I was a lurker, so.
But it was wherein people would post their watches
Yeah.
and I would be like, oh, that's nice, that's a nice Seiko, and they'll say like, oh, it's a JDMP. You can
Yes,
only
that's right.
acquire it in
Uh-huh.
Japan.
Right.
So that's on my target list.
Yeah.
That's how it enters my target list to acquire when I was in Japan.
Right.
But there's only a certain maximum amount that I could spend for
Of
a
course.
watch. Because, at that time I can't acquire a Grand Seiko even though I wanted to. But, watches that are in like the prospects range,
Yeah.
were fun, were cheap at that time. It was easy to acquire.
Yes.
And I guess the idea that it's Japan exclusive,
Yeah.
I was
That
like,
adds to it, right?
it adds to the cherry on top, basically. So that's where I
nice.
would research first.
Yeah, you get to hunt for that watch,
Yeah.
right? Which is-
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
It's very fun. And it's addicting.
That's the problem. That is a problem. And Seiko is the gateway drug,
Yeah.
right? So-
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we've talked about Seikos.
Yes.
Well, this first watch we have on the table is the Seiko.
Correct.
So we have here a Marine Master 1000.
Correct.
A beefy, diverse watch. Not something that you would see every day. I mean, nowadays a lot of MM200s.
Correct.
And of course the 300s.
Yes.
And I know you have an interesting story about this watch and why you chose it.
Correct. So basically, this Marine Master, the reason why I decided to acquire it is because of the factors of Seiko as well. So you get the 1,000 meter depth rating.
Yep.
you get a high beat movement on a watch.
Yes.
And you get it as a titanium.
Yes.
So it's beefy, but it's not heavy because it's titanium.
That's right.
I really like this watch. Basically, I consider this watch as like the king of the Marine Masters at that time.
Okay.
It was all in one as a package.
Yeah.
Because some of the Marine Master 1000s were either like quartz, just pure automatic, but nothing in the region of an high beat.
Okay.
So that to me is like the whole package when it comes to
Right.
Marine Master.
You have to tell the audience what you chose this over.
So in 2017, it was when I graduated in high school.
Right.
My dad wanted me to give a watch because he knew I was already basically addicted
Yeah.
to Seiko
4 or 5 years in, right?
General. So this watch, I was choosing between the Marine Master or a Rolex Submariner date in ceramic in 2017.
And
The
the
price
Marine Master.
range were so close to each other actually at that
Okay.
time. Well, the Seiko is still cheaper, but the Rolex is, it's somewhere close.
Right.
But I still chose Seiko over the Rolex at that time.
No judgment, of course. I mean, you did mention the reasons why you got the watch.
Yeah.
So
I grew up loving Seiko, the brand. So it's like, it just made sense to me to acquire basically the top or the king of the Marine Masters at that time.
Right.
Which is the reason for acquiring this watch. And I don't know if I don't regret the decision
For sure.
at all, even though the price of a Submariner has already increased. But it's such a thick, light watch. It's so fun to wear, and I still do wear it often.
Okay. I was gonna ask that. Yeah.
And yeah, it's just really nice to see.
It's definitely a nice watch. My only problem with this is that for me, I can get pretty clumsy. I would probably bang this all over the place
It has its own fair share of dents.
from the years of use. Okay.
Yeah, but it's the story that goes with it.
of course.
Yeah, it's the story with the dents. I know where some of them came from.
Anything that stands out, or would you rather not say?
Nah.
All right. But it is nice. What strikes me is actually how it's this part of the
End links.
End links.
Yeah.
So what are these?
So I think these are to screw in the bracelet into the end links to get it safe for wetsuits, basically.
I see.
You could also convert it with a rubber strap. It has a conversion.
And it would use the same
yeah,
attachments.
Yeah, yeah.
That's interesting.
I've never used it. It's just on a metal bracelet for now. But it's I've seen some do it as well. But I've never done it myself.
Well, it looks great on the metal bracelet, so
Yeah.
there's no need really.
So it's one of the chunkier watches I have in the collection.
Okay.
But I still love it.
Yeah. And you can always say you chose a Seiko over a Rolex.
Yes, definitely did. Yeah.
Which will make me jump into a couple of Rolexes in your collection. But actually, before that, after high school,
Yeah.
you actually decided to go abroad for university, or did you go straight into it, and how did you come to that decision?
So I did a year. So after high school, I did a year in Ateneo.
Okay.
I took up legal management, but then a few months into the course
Okay.
was when I decided like this is not for me.
Were you thinking about being a lawyer at the time, or just chose a course and write it out and see? Or-
I chose the safer side of things, like a management course.
Got it. Okay.
It's just something wherein it's like, it's safe. I don't know what to do yet.
Right,
We're
right.
figuring things out. But that's when I started to think like, there's not really much time to waste. So what I did was I hid it from my parents, but I applied abroad.
Okay.
I applied for a watchmaking school in the UK.
Yep.
So it was one of the requirements of my parents was like you have to take it as a degree.
Okay.
So it's not something you take after university.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, there are only a few schools in the whole world that can offer it as an undergrad degree. And I was like, fine, let's take my chances. I'm like, there's only, I think, 2 schools that does it.
Really?
And I only applied for one. Because I only
Wow.
liked one.
Okay. Where was the other one? Because this one is
I think it's France. Yeah,
France. This
Yeah.
was in the UK. You went to.
I went to the UK, yeah. And I thought like language barrier, if it's in France, I was like, I'll just do the UK. It's probably a lot easier.
Okay, that's fair.
And then I applied on my own. I took all the exams, the interviews, visa applications. When I got the letter from the university that stating that I've been accepted to the university was when I presented it to my parents. I'm like, here you go.
Mom and Dad, I'm going.
This is the letter. The decision's up to you. I mean, I've done all the work, basically the legwork because I really wanted to go.
Yeah.
And my parents were sort of not very keen on it. Not totally no, but not very keen.
Yeah, because not the usual, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in the head of my parents, it's like it's not the traditional way.
Yes.
It's a very niche course, and I'm not sure if you're gonna make money out of it.
Yes.
I'm like, I was like, I really wanted to study watchmaking at that time. So, So fast forward to that, they allowed me to basically go.
Good for you.
I left Ateneo. I stayed at Ateneo for a year, but I left Ateneo right afterwards, processed all my documents, and then flew to a different country, totally not knowing anyone. A whole strange place. I've never been to the UK, but it was an adventure.
Yeah.
I that's where I've seen like how to create watches, opened my eyes to a lot of different individuals as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to take a quick step back, Mig. And what is an exam like to take a horology course?
So we manufacture components.
Yep.
We are graded by the quality of finishing, the quality of tolerances of your measurements as well. Those are generally the 2 points that they look at.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, watchmaking is a very precise skill.
Right.
Our tolerances are only very, very small to work with. So it's something that I wasn't really aware at that time because I didn't really have that much experience on the manufacturing or the creating or on the projects really. So that kind of opened my eyes. But yes, it's more of tolerances, finishings that they look at.
And how big is a class size?
We're 10 in the batch.
Wow.
There are 8 British and 2 international students.
And the other guy was from where?
Sri Lanka.
Wow. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so we're a very, very small batch.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump back to the watches.
Sure.
And we're going to talk about this next piece again. Talked about a Seiko. Now we're going to talk about a Rolex.
Yes.
And here we have this beautiful Rolex 16750.
That's correct.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
I know you have a 16755 as well.
Sure, yes.
But tell us why you chose the 16750 to show it to us today.
Okay. The 16750 was something that has been on my radar ever since I started collecting. It
More than the 675?
Yes, because it has the quick set
Yes,
option.
exactly.
And I was a lazy freak.
Oh, hey, I have the 6700 and that's why I chose this over 6710. So we're the same.
Yeah.
Quick set date is so convenient.
So much easier. It makes life so much easier. I still wanted a patina looking watch.
Okay.
So that was like the compromise.
Got it.
I got this in 2015 or 2016.
All right.
It's my first Rolex. That's why it's very, very meaningful to me.
And what a first Rolex.
Yes, and I drove 3 hours to get the watch. Yeah, it came from a seller based in Olongapo.
Okay.
So I had to, get in the car, buying a Rolex. So imagine if I was like I told my parents I was going to Olongapo to buy a watch, and you were like, huh? I was, but
They imagined it was going to be a Rolex.
and then, because it was normal for me to receive packages of Seikos at home.
Okay.
But it was never normal to get a Rolex GMT Master. So going, traveling 3 hours to get the watch. It was a whole journey. I went in the morning, I came at night. But it was a very meaningful story because it's my first Rolex.
Yeah. I'm sure you were excited the whole drive going.
Yes,
right?
Very much was. Yeah, because I wanted it in all original condition. I wanted it as unpolished, untouched as much as possible.
Always see some great patina on it.
Yes,
The
yes,
faded bezel.
yes. And at that time, it was one of those things wherein I had to consolidate a few of my Seikos to acquire that Rolex.
Right.
But I did it after.
To justify the purchase more than anything, I'm sure.
Because I wasn't sure if it was a good one. And you know, I asked a lot of people about it, friends that were collecting Seikos and were collecting Rolexes. And at that time, I was asking them to basically vouch for the watch if they thought about was original.
Yep.
And I was very fortunate enough that I had friends in the community that guided me in purchasing this watch.
That's important.
Which we're very, very thankful for. Yeah, so this is basically 9 years in the collection. Well, it already left the collection, but it made its way back.
Wow. May I ask why you let it go?
Well, you know, there are times wherein you fall out of love on some watches, and you decide like, look, it's better to move forward. So you tend to acquire different watches to try on.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it was offered back to me for sale.
Okay.
And I had enough capabilities to purchase it
buy back.
again. At that time, it didn't make sense because I already had a 1675 in the collection.
Got it,
So
okay.
it became a little bit too repetitive. But then I was like, well, it's my first watch. I mean, it's a good story. I know the history of the watch. I know who I sold it to. Might as well buy it back.
Yeah.
So I bought it back again in the same exact condition how I sold it.
Fantastic.
So it's definitely, I guess, a keeper now in the collection.
Yeah, he bought it twice.
I don't think I'll ever sell it again. Well, I don't know. I mean, but it's one of those things that, like, it's not the most perfect 16750 out there. Definitely not. I've seen a lot better. Some 16750s as well has passed through my hazard ring, tip-top condition.
Okay.
But it's the only one that has a story to tell.
Yeah. Your story
Yeah.
has your story.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But I totally agree with the quick set date, man. Yeah.
Makes life easier.
Oh, so much easier.
And I'm the type of person that looks at the date on a watch. So it's like, it needs to be like correct.
Yes. Well, same here. If it's on there, it had better be right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that's a GMT. Yeah.
And now we jump to a birth year Rolex, right? The Explorer 2.
I've never believed in birth years, to be honest.
Okay.
I found it very petty because
It's a great excuse to buy a watch.
I know, but not when you're young.
Fair.
I understand how some of my friends are like 50 years old and they're looking for the birth year watch. Well, then and fine.
Not that far from that, but yeah.
But I don't see myself like I'm 25. I got this in 2021 or 2022. So I was 21, 22 years old, and it didn't make sense for me to purchase it. But
But you did it anyway.
I did it anyway. And what's funny was I got it from I think I got it from a reseller.
Okay.
And I was like inquiring about the 1999 Explorer 2 was posted. Then he takes a photo of the papers and shows me the serial numbers and everything. And the date of purchase was the 7th of October, 1999. And I was born the 9th of October, 1999.
And just 2 days off.
I was 2 days off, but you know, it was the closest that I've seen by far on a purchase date.
Yeah.
I was like 2 days old, like wow, you know, it's like then I really like the watch as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a neo vintage Explorer 2 in a white dial. I love the watch, so no doubt, like the watch itself for me is a no doubt. The papers were an extra cherry on it.
Yeah.
And which is the reason why I acquired the watch, and you know, it's been in the collection ever since.
And so now, something you never thought you'd have, have a birth year watch.
Yes. Well, it's like they say in Seiko's, birth month, birth year.
Yes.
So that is a birth month, birth year watch of my in my collection that I've kept ever since.
Very cool. And I told you this earlier.
Yeah.
I love this strap you have it on.
Yes. So this is a custom strap that I had made with 214 straps.
Okay.
I used to be into Momotaro jeans, Japanese
Japanese,
denim, and this was the extra parts
Right.
of the denim that have been cut off.
Very cool.
And it's been sitting, the extra part has been sitting with me for quite some time. And I phoned up June of 214. And I asked him, like, what are the chances that I could send you my extra denim and make me a strap out of it? Initially, he was not like positive about it, and then I was like, just play with it. I'll take it if it's nice, you know. And he made me. I think this is the version 2. He had a version 1.
Okay.
So the version 1 was basically not too much of a finer output, but this is now much better.
Got it. Yeah.
And then I started posting it with this exact watch. I placed it on the Explorer 2, took photos of it, showed it to a couple of friends of mine who were into watches as well.
Yeah.
And they were like, where did you get it?
Right.
And I was like, oh, I had it custom. And they were like, oh, I need one myself. And I was like, spoke to June about it. I posted it in social media, so a lot of them messaged June about it. I was like, June, as long as you make me about 5 straps on each sizes, I'm totally fine. Up to you to deal with whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Nice.
So now a lot of people place it in their Panerais, place it in their Explorer
Fantastic.
2s.
Yeah.
Place it in 62 Mass as well.
Nice.
Like a good,
It looks
good amount of
great.
friends.
That's
But
great.
it's one of those things like I got to connect with as well. It's because I have stories that I have with my Momotaro. And it's the same with the watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very cool. It's one of the first things I noticed actually when I opened the box earlier.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
It's a fun watch.
Yeah. The Explorer, I think the Explorer 2 is I won't say underrated, but maybe it's something that isn't on everybody's radar.
Sure. Yeah. But it's very comfy to wear. I love the watch. The weight, the proportions, everything about it was nice. Clean, legible dial as
Yes, that's
well.
true.
So refreshing.
Yes.
So that's the reason why it's also in the collection. Yeah.
Awesome. So I guess we finished the 2 Rolexes. We're going to jump into, before we get into the fun watches, we have another, I wouldn't say legendary watch in its own right.
Yes.
The Zenith El Primero.
Yes.
Very, of the chronographs out there, right? This is probably one of the best you can get.
Correct.
And I know that it has its own real following.
Yes.
I know many people out there are all about Daytonas. But the Zenith El Primero is a beautiful watch.
Yes.
And this one is a 38. 38.
Yeah.
I don't think that's big enough for my big wrist, but tell me about the Zenith El Primero.
Right. So basically, as a lot of people know, Zenith was the manufacturer of movements of Rolex Daytonas.
That's right.
Back in the 90s.
Right.
So they're really good at what they do.
Yes.
They're very well advanced in the chronograph space. And I've been wanting a Zenith for the longest time. I just couldn't, pinpoint what I wanted.
Okay. Which one per se? Or?
Like which model?
Yeah, which model?
I wanted.
Yep.
I think when I acquired this watch, the Zenith Chronomaster, the one that looks like a Daytona as well, came out. Said too chunky for my taste, not my thing. I went through a lot of near purchases on Zenith.
Really?
Yes.
How long was the hunt?
Took a while. Until I got the sweet spot that I really wanted. So what was clear to me at that time was I needed the Zenith El Primeros to be at 38 mil.
Okay.
That was clear.
Okay.
It's just something with the size.
Okay.
It's the proportions, the way it looks. It needed to be at 38 mil. So this watch is, I acquired it in the US through one of the ADs. They call it the final edition because at that time when they released it, I think in 2021, they termed it as the last 38 mil Zenith.
We see.
Which was, in my head, I was like, this is the watch to have.
Yeah.
Because that's my clear-cut indicator wherein I needed a 38 mil Zenith. Now, surprisingly, when I was reading the article, the watch was released only in 38 pieces.
Whoa.
So it's a limited edition of 38 pieces in the whole world. And everyone was scrambling through getting the watch through that AD. And for some whatever luck that I sent an email through the AD, they replied.
Wow.
And they said that we still have one allocation left. It's up to you if you want to purchase, but if you want to purchase it, we're requiring down payments.
Yep.
And this was 3:00 in the morning. and I was exchanging emails, so excited. Like exchanging emails with them and telling them like, look, I'm ready to make the deposit. Like I'll swipe my card through. I need the watch.
Yeah.
And I was like, they haven't replied in a couple of hours, and I was losing hope already because it's a watch that if you look at the sub dials as well, the colors are so popping.
They are. It's very vibrant.
As compared to like the other Zenith El Primeros out there, the sub dials are not in this type of color because it used to be like the gray, white, off-white, and like another color. But this is so, for me, attractive. Plus, the main dial itself is not really white. It's like off-white, like a really white. Which
that's dark white.
Yeah, which for me is like, it's a good balance between the colors. So, yeah, I exchanged emails with them at 3 a.m. Finished, I think, 5 in the morning, exchanging emails. They wouldn't give me their number. So I couldn't call and purchase it.
Okay.
And they were like, since you really wanted it and you're from the Philippines, what we're gonna do is basically send you a link.
Okay.
Put a deposit of like $1,000, $2,000.
Okay.
And I was together with a friend chatting at 3 a.m. and like, let's purchase a watch. Let's purchase. And so it's like the two of us, trying to purchase a watch on of the same one. And basically, I think I was the only one who was given the allocation for it. I had it, paid for it, everything went through. Thankfully, they didn't block my card because it happens all the time when I was doing international purchases. But for some reason, when I made a deposit of I think $1,000 for this one, the company didn't block my card.
Okay.
So I was able to acquire it the following day. Basically, they've given me confirmation for
Nice.
It was during the pandemic. I had it sent to a friend in the US who basically carried the watch for me in a massive box, which he complained. Really sorry for that.
It came in a big box?
It came in a big box. Because it was a special release.
Yes.
So it was like, it came with 3 straps, a bracelet, and a massive box. And he was like, the box took like 1/4 the space of my luggage. I was like, I'm sorry.
I hope you treated your friend to a good meal.
Oh yeah, for sure did. Yeah. And I remember, I think he came over during the pandemic, and I was like, I've got to see you even though you're in quarantine. Just leave the watch outside your door.
Yep,
I gotta
get it.
Yeah. So that was the story of that watch. Yeah, it was it was an early morning purchase, but I had to get it. I had to.
Well,
yeah.
I just looked at the case back.
Yes.
And final edition, 22 out of 38.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. Yeah. And it's one of
nice exhibition case back as well.
Yes. Yeah. So it's every time I go to like Zenith, I scan all the watches that they have in display. I've scratched the itch basically.
Yeah.
I'm contented with what I have. Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. So it's a good size, good keeper, good color.
Would this be one of the straps that came with it or no?
No. This was customed as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. 3 a.m. purchase. I love it. But amazing how you're able to get one of them.
So it's one of those things. Yeah.
It's one of those things. So thanks to your friend.
Thanks to my friend. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Without him, I wouldn't get the watch. I don't know how I'll get the watch. But thankfully,
good friends pull through.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Guys, that was just part 1 with Mig. Well, part 2 coming soon. I hope you enjoyed.